There is a woman you know. She never raises her voice. She never begs. She never chases. But somehow, every room she walks into shifts. Every man she meets remembers her. Every person who tried to use her ended up losing. And here is the most terrifying part. She has no idea she is doing it. What you are about to discover are 7 Machiavellian moves that women run naturally, without reading a single book on power, without studying psychology, and without ever planning it. Machiavelli spent his entire life studying how power works, how people control, how people influence, how people win. He wrote it all in The Prince. But what he never told you is that women were already living it. Stay until move number 4, because that one will completely change how you see every woman in your life. Welcome back to Underestimatology, the channel where we study the science of being underestimated and winning anyway. Today we are going deep. We are talking about 7 Machiavellian moves that women use, not because they were taught to, but because survival, intuition, and emotional intelligence built these moves into them naturally. This is not about manipulation for evil. This is about understanding power, understanding people, and understanding yourself. Whether you are a woman watching this to recognize your own power, or someone watching to finally understand the women in your life, this video will change the way you see everything. Let us begin. Move number 1. The silence strategy. Machiavelli wrote, "Whoever controls the pace of the conversation controls the outcome." Now think about the most powerful woman you have ever met. When someone attacked her, what did she do? She did not argue. She did not defend herself. She went quiet. And somehow, that silence was louder than any words could ever be. This is not weakness. This is surgical psychological warfare. Here is what happens in the brain when someone goes silent on you. Your mind starts filling in the blanks. You start doubting yourself. You start wondering what they are thinking. You start becoming anxious, and anxiety makes you talk more, reveal more, and give away more power. The woman who masters silence forces her opponent to self-destruct without lifting a finger. She lets the other person sit in their own discomfort. She lets their guilt, their fear, their uncertainty eat them alive. And when she finally speaks, every word lands like a hammer. This is move number 1. Not loud, not aggressive, just silent, calculated, deadly. Move number 2. Emotional withdrawal. Machiavelli understood something that most people never figure out. The one who needs less holds all the power. Watch what happens when a woman emotionally withdraws. She stops texting first. She stops being warm. She stops giving her energy freely, and suddenly, the entire dynamic shifts. The person who was taking her for granted starts to panic. They start reaching out. They start questioning themselves. They start doing everything they refused to do before. Why does this work? Because human beings are wired to chase what is pulling away. We do not value what is always available. We pursue what feels like it might disappear. A woman who understands emotional withdrawal does not do it out of pettiness. She does it because she knows her energy is her currency, and she does not spend it on people who do not invest back. When she pulls back, she is not being cold. She is reclaiming her power. This is move number 2. Move number 3. The long memory. Here is something most people underestimate about women. They remember everything. Not just what you said, but how you said it. Not just what you did, but when you did it. Not just the action, but the intention behind it. Machiavelli wrote, "Keep your friends close and your enemies closer." But the unspoken version of that rule is, always remember who showed you who they were. A woman with a long memory never confronts immediately. She files it away. She watches. She waits. And when the moment is right, she acts. Not out of revenge, but out of self-preservation. She remembers who was there when she was struggling. She remembers who disappeared when she needed help. She remembers who smiled to her face and whispered behind her back. And she adjusts accordingly, quietly, without drama, without announcement. One day you just notice. She is no longer available. Her energy shifted. The door is closed. And you never even saw it coming. This is move number 3. So let us bring this together. 3 Machiavellian moves women use without knowing. Move 1. The silence strategy. Quiet is not weakness, it is control. Move 2. Emotional withdrawal. The one who needs less holds all the power. Move 3. The long memory. She remembers everything. She adjusts accordingly. Machiavelli studied power his entire life, but the most powerful people he never got to study were the women who had been doing all of this long before he ever picked up a pen. They were never manipulating. They were surviving. They were adapting. They were winning. And now, you understand exactly how. If this video opened your eyes, share it with someone who needs to see it. And if you are building your own power, if you are done being underestimated, if you are ready to start winning quietly, subscribe to Underestimatology, because on this channel, we do not make noise, we make moves.